My dear listener, never before in history has man been surrounded by so much noise, and yet never before has he understood so little. The world today is filled with voices, shouting, arguing, proclaiming. Everyone wishes to be heard, but few desire to understand. When I was young, I too loved the sound of my own opinion, but soon I discovered, the louder I spoke, the less I learned. In silence, I found something the world forgets, the voice of reason. Today, I wish to speak with you about the silence within. Silence is not emptiness. It is presence. It is the space where thoughts mature before they are born into words. Consider the still pond, its surface calm, its depth unseen. So too must a wise mind be quiet on the surface but rich in reflection. Below, when a man learns to still his tongue, he begins to hear the whispers of truth. I once made a rule for myself: speak not but what may benefit others or yourself. Avoid trifling conversation. It was one of my hardest lessons to keep. For I learned that silence requires greater strength than speech. Look around you. The world rewards those who shout the loudest. But the loud man is often the shallowest. He speaks much, but his words carry no weight. Words are like coins. The more you spend them without thought, the less they are worth. I have met men whose speech sparkled like lightning, yet left nothing but smoke behind. And I have met others, quiet, humble, deliberate, whose single sentence could move a room. Wisdom does not reside in the mouth, but in the pause before we open it. Remember this: the more we talk, the less we listen. And when we cease to listen, we cease to learn. To listen well is to honor another soul. It is to lay down your ego and make space for truth. When we listen, truly listen, we begin to see the world not through our own narrow eyes, but through the eyes of others. I once sat for hours in the silence of my printing house, hearing only the scratch of pen and turning of pages. In that silence, I learned more about men's hearts than in 1,000 debates. For listening is the seed of understanding, and understanding is the root of wisdom. Those who listen deeply never grow old in mind. They're forever learning, forever awakening. It is easy to speak in anger. It is difficult to hold one's tongue, but silence is not weakness. It is mastery. A man who can control his speech can control his mind. Once in a debate, I felt the fire of pride rise within me. My heart urged me to prove my superiority, but I held my peace. And in that stillness, I saw the folly of my own vanity. Words spoken in haste are like arrows. Once released, they cannot be recalled. Restraint is not the absence of opinion. It is the refinement of judgment. Speak only when your words are more beautiful than your silence. Every great inventor, every philosopher, every man of thought has been a friend of silence. When I studied electricity, I listened to nature. It was in the quiet observation of her patterns that the spark of understanding struck. Silence is not passive. It is the workshop of creation. In your silence, ideas take shape. In your silence, wounds begin to heal. In your silence, the soul learns to see. Noise makes us reactive. Silence makes us wise. So, my friend, in a world that glorifies shouting, choose the path of listening. Do not fear the quiet moments, for they are the pauses in which your destiny gathers strength. Be the man who listens while others shout. Be the mind that observes while others argue, for silence will teach you what noise cannot. Within the silence of your own heart, you will find not emptiness, but wisdom, patience, and peace. Let the world speak its noise, and you listen to the silence within. You're Benjamin Franklin.